Alright, so when we talk about Android premium flagship devices, the one name that always pops up is Samsung. And Samsung has just launched the Galaxy S22 lineup here in India. Now, while everyone else is really craving about the S22 Ultra, which obviously is a perfect flagship device in many ways, I was personally more interested in this, the normal S22. No, not the S22 Plus, just the normal S22. It just fits perfectly in my hand, has this amazing form factor, still packs in flagship grade features, and of course definitely comes with a flagship price tag. So the main question here is that is the S22 worth it? Well, this is one from GTR, and in today's video we'll be taking a closer look at Samsung's most premium yet smallest offering. Let's get started. So obviously the biggest talking point of this device will be the design, so let's start right there itself. In terms of the design, the S22 is one of the best compact and ergonomic form factor devices that I've used in a long time, and that includes the iPhone lineup as well. In fact, as far as Androids also go, I have tried the Asus 8Z and that just felt a lot more chunkier. This feels very compact and very ergonomic. Now, of course, that came with a bigger battery. This one comes with a smaller battery. So, of course, I will be talking about how long that battery lasts. But yeah, as far as the design language goes, this is as good as it gets for a compact premium device. Now, the phone is IP68 rated, and it's not like Samsung has compromised in terms of the quality. In fact, just like the S22 Plus and the Ultra, the phone here comes with Samsung's Armor aluminum frame for improved strength and durability. You also get Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection on both front and back. Of course, this is not a massive change in terms of the design language if you compare it with the predecessors, but honestly, I love it. Also, like I said, weighing in at just 167 grams, this is one of the most ergonomic devices that you can use. The phone also comes with an ultrasonic fingerprint reader, and honestly, in my testing, it was just as fast as all the normal fingerprint sensors that you would expect. And in terms of the color options, we have the Phantom White variant, which personally I really like. And although it does pick up a bit of fingerprints, they aren't really visible that much. Now, moving on to the display, the phone comes with a 6.1-inch AMOLED Full HD Plus 120Hz display. It sports a great color profile right out of the box. And what I mean by that is that you don't feel that the colors are very vibrant or oversaturated. They just pop and look amazing right out of the box. Of course, Samsung also offers you plenty of settings to tweak around with if you want to. Now, in terms of the refresh rate, you get a smooth 120Hz display, but that has a bit of variable factor to it, which means that it can go as low as 48Hz if you want, or it can also fix at a refresh rate of 60Hz in the settings. Now, you also get a touch sampling rate of 240Hz, and the result is pretty impressive in terms of the gameplay. Of course, this is a flagship device and the panel supports wideband L1 as well as HDR10. So content consumption on this is just amazing. Of course, the display is aided by the audio quality, and the S22 comes with dual stereo speakers with support for Dolby Atmos. Now, the sound is loud and clear, but at times you will need an external speaker because, what all can you expect from a package this small? Well, it turns out you can expect a lot from a package this small. So let's talk about the performance of the device. The Samsung Galaxy S22 comes with a flagship Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 SoC coupled with UFS 3.1 storage. And in terms of benchmarks, you can see on your screen that it is as good as it gets. Of course, it's a little bit behind the S22 Ultra and other 8 Gen 1 devices, but then again you have to keep in mind that this is a small form factor, so there will be some sort of thermal throttling happening, which is evident in our CPU throttling test as well. Now, of course, a lot of you guys will want to know whether the device heats up or not, and the short answer to that is, well, yes, obviously it does heat up. But the wrong answer to that is not for normal usage. Just consider the idle user who will be eyeing the S22. You're not a gamer if you're wanting to buy the S22, right? Of course, if you start gaming on this phone, this will start heating up in no time because this is not meant for that. For gaming, you have much better options available at a much lower price point. So yeah, for gamers, obviously this is not the point. This is a phone for business users, for professionals, or someone who just wants a premium device, a premium experience, and wants to flaunt that. And in that kind of scenario, the performance never lets you down. And the best part is that the device does not heat up. Even if you're recording 4K footage or just clicking images outside, the phone does get a little bit warm to the touch, but it's not hot or something like that. Speaking about the camera, let's talk about the camera performance here. Now the phone comes with a 50 MP OIS primary sensor with a 12 MP ultrawide sensor and a 10 MP telephoto sensor with OIS as well. Up front you get a 10 MP selfie shooter. Now as far as videos go, the phone can shoot up to 8K footage, though realistically you will be recording at 4K and the phone does support 4K at 60 FPS. Now in terms of daylight shots, the phone captures brilliant images. Of course there will be some slight saturation in some shots, but it's safe to say that most of the shots are very well balanced in terms of colors and vibrance. It's basically that Samsung has attained that sweet spot in terms of image reproduction and color processing from its cameras. The natural bokeh here is also pretty good. When switching to the ultrawide sensor, of course, there is a bit of fisheye effect, but the phone still manages to retain some pretty good results. And more importantly, the shots are detailed. And most importantly, there is not a lot of color difference between the primary sensor and the ultrawide sensor. Of course, the third sensor is equally important. And thanks to the telephoto sensor, the S22 offers you up to 30x zoom. Of course, it's just 3x optical and the rest is digital, but nonetheless, I would say that the shots are pretty good. In terms of portrait shots, the image quality is great and the edge detection is almost flawless. Moving on to selfies, the images produced are great in good lighting conditions, and similar to the rear portrait mode, you can adjust the level of bokeh in your shots as well. Lastly, coming on to low light photography or nightography as Samsung calls it, the phone is amazing to use. Even in the ultrawide sensor, the results are amazing. Of course, there is some glare here and there, but the overall dynamic range management of Samsung, even in low light conditions, is amazing. Also, if you're one of the experimental kinds, you get a powerful Pro mode, which opens up extensive camera settings for you to shoot in your liking and preferences. Now moving along, premium hardware demands premium software, and that is exactly what Samsung S22 comes with. I mean, Samsung's One UI has been one of the most premium offerings out there, and with the S22, it comes with a One UI 4.0 based on Android 12, and that is just amazing. The apps works great, there are no random crashes, and security updates are consistent. And most importantly, Samsung has promised 4 years of software updates, which is just a godsend. So yeah, everything has been amazing. Now let's talk about the slight bummer. Of course, when you're talking about a form factor like this, there had to be some level of compromising that just had to be there. And in this case, it's the battery life. Now on paper, you get a 3700 mAh battery, which already sounds very low for a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 device. However, in reality, I would argue that Samsung has done some really good optimizations. Now, I'm not going to say that this phone will easily last you an entire day of usage. No, it won't. If you start using it properly, like on a more realistic usage where you're just daily browsing through your social media, using a little bit of web browsing, there's a bit of music listening happening in the background, and maybe you're just watching a show or two on Netflix, the device will basically end up with about 10% by the end of the evening. Which is, again, I would argue fine considering the overall experience that the device offers. Now, of course, there are multiple battery charm devices out there, but nothing, and literally nothing in this form factor. I do have one small complaint though, that the phone does not come with a charger. It has become Samsung's kind of game right now, and I'm not really a fan of it. Also, it's not like you can just use any USB PD charger. Although the company claims that this supports 25 watt charging, most of the chargers will cap out at 18 watts. So either you get Samsung's 25 watt charger or just, well, good luck to you. So the big question, is the Samsung Galaxy S22 worth it? Well, the phone does come at a very expensive price tag of starting at Rs 73,000, and that is definitely not cheap. But once again, I would say that Samsung has a brand value associated to itself. And then again, everything here is far more polished. I mean, sure, you can get similar specs on any other Android device manufacturer that basically makes flagship devices. You have the likes of Xiaomi, you have the likes of iQOO, Realme is also launching the flagship devices, OnePlus is also in the game, but nothing offers a polished experience like the Galaxy S22. So yeah, if you have the money and you want a premium device experience in the world of Android, easy recommendation. And well, that was it. If you found this video helpful, make sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up and subscribing to our channel for more awesome tech content. Till then, this is Varun from GTR, and I'll see you in the next one.